Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Anizi with What If Naofumi Was Frieza's Reincarnation Part 1. So, let's get started. Can we hurry this up, Goku? If it's okay with you, I would like you to escort me back to hell now, Frieza says. What's the hurry, Frieza? You still got time, Goku says. If it means staying here and watching you nitwicks have your happy ending, then I'd rather be tortured by those fairies, Frieza says. Meanwhile with Beerus, Whis, it would look bad if we never gave him a reward for his hard work in front of the other universes. But I don't feel like having to have our mortal levels get lower because of his ways. Reincarnate him. Perhaps he'll be good this time, Beerus says, as Whis nods. Whis then comes up to Frieza. Well, Mr. Frieza, it seems that you're going to get your happy ending after all, Whis says, tapping Frieza as he disappeared, being reincarnated. What happened to him, Lord Beerus? Goku asked. Nothing, Goku. We just reincarnated him. He's the reason why we were in this mess in the first place. If it weren't for him, Supreme Kai said we would have a really high mortal level and we wouldn't even have to be in this tournament. So, as you can see, this is what will happen if any of you go rogue. And also keep that fat blob in check. He won't have the same mercy if he decides to go and destroy worlds again. We need to raise our mortal level, not lower it. You hear me, Supreme Kai? Start doing your job. And you too, Goku. Protect the world. That is your job, Beerus says, as Goku and Supreme Kai nodded. A pair of red eyes open. The owner of the eyes look around to see people in priest gear. He saw 3 other hairless apes right beside him. One had a sword. The other had a bow, and the last one looked like a dickhead and had a spear. What the hell is this? Why am I in the body of a hairless ape? Frieza says. Suddenly, memories come to him. The missing memories of being born into the Itawani family. Memories of having a family, and memories of how he arrived here. He was Lord Frieza, but he was also this Naofumi Itawani. He could at least feel he had his powers from his previous life as Frieza. This is what Beerus meant by reincarnation. Damn that Beerus. How dare he? After all he did, he throws Lord Frieza away like trash. He shall be punished. Who are you and where am I? Naofumi demanded. Ah, heroes, we have summoned you here to save this world, the priest says. You can't just take us away from our families. Summoned? We demand rewards like money, status and women, says the other heroes, which pissed off Naofumi. How dare these lesser creatures act like they were in charge around here. He, Lord Frieza, was the one who was in charge. That we cannot grant, but our king may be able to, says the head priest. Very well then, take us to him then, Naofumi says, as the 3 other heroes look at him with anger. Naofumi ignored it. Naofumi laughed. Oh, this world is so weak. I could tell that they use magic. Magic is weak compared to Ki. They finally arrived at the throne room. Ah, 4 heroes, it's a pleasure to meet you, the king says as he explains everything about the waves and everything else went towards canon. So, you want us to protect this world from the waves, even if it destroys us, says Isuki. Well, we have an offer for you. Since you want us to fight these waves, we will do it in exchange for the things we asked for, says Motoyasu as he explained how he wanted money, women and power in the world. Mr. Spear Hero, I didn't agree to fight for anyone yet. What I want to know, Mr. King, is how dare you summon me to fight without my consent, says Naofumi. How dare you, mind your tongue, shield, says the king. And what if I don't, Mr. King? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to kill me, a hero? Yes, because I didn't consent to fight. I wonder how your people would react. I wonder how the other kingdoms would react, said Naofumi, as he smirked, getting information. His people wouldn't care, but when he said other kingdoms, Naofumi saw that the king got afraid. Why you? I'm the king. I shouldn't be treated like this. Guard, attack the shield hero. Put him in his place, says the king. The guards charge at Naofumi. Naofumi raises his finger upwards, and the airwaves send them smashing into the roof, leaving the other heroes and the king in awe of Naofumi's power. How the hell did you do that? Motoyasu demanded, only to go floating up in the sky when Naofumi raised his hand upwards. Naofumi walks up to the king and uses telekinesis to throw the king off the throne before he sits on it. Ah, it suits me, does it not? The other heroes try to run and attack Naofumi, only for them to also join Motoyasu in floating. Now, trying to attack me when all I was nothing but nice to you. How rude, Naofumi says. What do you want, you demon? The king says, only for Naofumi to glare at him, which sent him flying through the wall. You shall address me as Lord Naofumi with respect, Naofumi says. Now then, Mr. Spear, shall I put you and your weak comrades down? If you attack me, I will choke your life out of you. Also, next time, you shall address me with respect as now Lord Naofumi. I will not be disrespected by insects like you, Naofumi says, dropping them. Now then, Mr. King, won't you tell me your name? Naofumi says to the bloodied up king. Outcry, Melomark, says the king in a pain-filled tone. You know, Mr. Outcry, I gave you a chance. You shall address me as Lord Naofumi, Naofumi says, smashing him against the wall. Be happy, I've decided to help you. The Emperor of the universe is helping you. It will be boring if I did nothing over here, but if you piss me off, I'll make you regret it. In return for my generosity, you will give me 10 million in whatever this world's currency is. The king got angry when Naofumi said that. You consider yourself worth 10 million? You're barely worth even a single one, says the king, laughing. In seconds, Naofumi had the king's neck in his grip. Are you trying to make me mad, Mr. Outcry? I'm trying to be reasonable here. You are expecting me to help me, Lord Naofumi, help without any reward. Are you mad? Naofumi says, tightening his grip on the king as the king starts to struggle. Stop, you're going to kill him, yelled Isaki. Quick, we need to help, says Motoyasu. You two are idiots. You saw his war strength and you want to help the king? I say let the idiot die. He shouldn't challenge someone so strong, Ren says. The spear and the bow attack, Isaki firing his arrows at Naofumi, who just let them hit. He wasn't even scratched. Before Motoyasu connected against Naofumi's body, only for the spear to shatter. Now then, Mr. Outcry, what am I worth? Naofumi says, nestling his grip on the king a bit. 100 billion, said the king in fear, as Naofumi tightened the grip. You are worth what you're worth can't be determined. Your worth unlimited. You cannot be. Your worth cannot be determined by human means, says the king, as Naofumi smiled, dropping the stupid king. Aren't I generous, asking for 10 million then? But because of your rude behavior, I will take 20 million on the day the journey begins. Understand? Naofumi says, as the king nods. Naofumi kicks the king away from him. The king then got up, spitting out blood. Now, I shall escort you to your room. Tomorrow your journey shall begin, and I'll have your 20 million ready, Lord Naofumi, the king says, in anger. Room, Naofumi said. Forgive my stupidness, Lord Naofumi, but I do not understand, the king says. I said, room. I want a separate room from those heroes. From where I came, I was an emperor. I ruled multiple worlds. I will not share a room, much less sleep with weaker trash, says Naofumi. I dare you to say that to my face, said Motoyasu, as Naofumi got in the face. I will not sleep with weaker trash, Naofumi said. Ah, you little. You think you're all strong? Give me a few months to get experience, and then I'll put you in your place, Motoyasu says. As the other hero said a similar response, apart from Ren, who kept his mouth shut, knowing not to mess with someone that strong. Oh, is that so? Well then, I will hold you to that. If you do not impress me or beat me, well then, let's just say you would pray that you died this day, said Naofumi, smirking. He could sense the power of the weapons. Maxed out, it wouldn't even graze his first form before training. The king decided to interrupt. As you wish, Lord Naofumi. Here's your room, the king says, as Naofumi went into the room without even responding. We see Naofumi waking up. The night had passed. He does his regular maintenance like brushing his hair, his teeth, taking a shower, putting on his clothes, and then comes down where he sees adventurers lined up behind the three heroes. Naofumi raises his eyes in the direction of the king in a questioning tone. Ah, Shield, we thought we shouldn't wake you up as you were sleeping. These adventurers have picked their party. Miss Mine wishes to join yours, Outcry says. Naofumi sends the key. How dare this king try to sabotage him? The bitch's key had hatred towards him. Oh, how he would ruin this bitch. He would make her pay for even thinking about trying to sabotage him. How nice. Please take care of me then, Naofumi says in a fake tone. As the king freezes up, he knew that Naofumi was mad before, coughing. And this is your money, it's like we discussed before, the king says as he handed Naofumi a bag filled with 20 million gold with a heavy heart. This was a huge dent in the treasury. Now then, Miss Mine, let us leave, Naofumi says. Yes, Sir Shield, says Naofumi. Sidekick, Mine. Lord Naofumi? Lord, it's Lord Naofumi, says Naofumi. Excuse me, she said in an offended tone. Yes, Lord Naofumi, you shall address me in that manner, Naofumi says, as he saw her key spike before she calmed down. Yes, Lord Naofumi, she spat out. Good, Naofumi said. So, my lord, shall we go and get some weapons and armor for me and you, says Mine. Nope, don't need it. We are going to fight, says Naofumi, placing his money into the shield inventory, mocking her. Mine, seeing this, glared daggers at his hands as she saw her and her father's plans ruined to get the money back. They couldn't give the heroes the money and had to empty out their treasury just to fulfill Naofumi's request. She never understood why her father was so scared, but he told her that this demon was something like none other. Sir, Lord Naofumi, I need armor, said Mine. Absolutely, but not with my money. You say you're a professional, then you should have some armor from your previous job. Put that on. I don't care if it's broken or anything like that. Armor is armor and it will do good. My money is for me, Naofumi says. Now then, take me to the field. Like a good little subordinate, Naofumi says, taking pleasure in seeing Mine get mad. Yes, Lord Naofumi, she said with her teeth clenched. I can't wait. Just a few more hours, and then you'll be put in your place, shield demon, she thought. They arrived at the battlefield, only to see Motoyasu staring at Naofumi with anger. He got mad and came up to Naofumi when he saw Mine. Naofumi, how dare you bring Lady Mine unequipped to the battlefield? She is a flower, must be protected, says Motoyasu. Shut your trap, spare boy. She is my subordinate, and therefore I control what she does and what she doesn't. There's no need to concern yourself with her. Focus on your own. Wait, you're serious? Your troops are just a harem? Oh, ho, 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 ho. You're not going to survive, spare boy. Your troops are weak, Naofumi says, before the girls glared at him. Naofumi wanted to demonstrate his power in front of the heroes, raised a finger and made a death blow. Everybody turned to see him floating up, as Naofumi throws it, blowing up the entire field. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I never meant to do that much damage, but would you look at that? Level 10 from just one attack, Naofumi said, smirking at the reactions. How the... Motoyasu was about to say before he was cut off by a glare from Naofumi. The other heroes refrained from asking. You truly are an idiot, spare boy. I told you, I ruled the empire. My entire universe was mine. I was its emperor. You think I don't have the power to destroy this world? So if I choose to? Please, don't mock me, you ape, Naofumi says, making Motoyasu get mad. Come, servant, we shall now go and fight some more, Naofumi says, making Mine get mad. At the end of the day, Naofumi was already level 50. His high potential and ability to kill many beings in a singular attack really helped. His high potential was from Frieza. It increased his XP by a huge amount. Like, the amount was not even comprehensible. Naofumi went to sleep when he arrived into the inn. He was awoken by banging. Suddenly, the door was barged open as guards came running in. Demon, you're under arrest, says the leader. Oh, and tell me, why am I under arrest, says Naofumi. You know what you did, you demon, says the same guard as a death beam pierced his heart. Demon, you killed him, says the other guard, stuttering it out in fear, before Naofumi's face got a sadistic grin on it. Screams of pain were heard. That's what you get for waking me up, you filth. Now let's get to Mr. Outcry to see what's going on. but first let me go and find my pet. No, that's not right. Oh yes, servant. Let me go and find my servant, said Naofumi, as he went to the room of his pet to see it was cleared out. Perhaps she's in the castle, perhaps those gods got to her as well, Naofumi said. Naofumi entered the castle, leaving a trail of screams and blood on the way of the soldiers that wanted to capture him. The doors were ripped from the hinges when Naofumi kicked a guard into them, with enough force to rip the doors off. The door then hit the noble on the head. Who dares? The king says with arrogance once again. Naofumi enters. I dare, Mr. Outcry. Mind explaining why I was so rudely awakened? Said Naofumi, his killer intent filling the room. Everybody dropped to their knees. No matter how strong they were all on their knees. Every single person in that room. I said, explain to me, Naofumi yelled more. The pressure started to increase as everybody began to choke on the air from the pressure. Naofumi, realizing this, stopped. He didn't want to kill them yet. He didn't want his fun to end. Now, answer my question, Naofumi says. You know what you did, you monster. You forced poor mine here, says Motoyasu. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That was a good one. Sleep with a lesser creature who lied about being an adventurer. Please, she's not even that strong. Even if I did, which I didn't, she should be honored to have the Emperor of the Universe seed inside of her. Now tell me the truth. Why am I being summoned here? So rudely, Naofumi yelled. It is true, demon. After all, the respect I showed you, giving you your own room, and so much money. This is what you do? This is how you repay me? The king says. You are crossing dangerous territory here, Outcry says. Naofumi, no I'm not. I won't be scared of you. Not when you did that to my daughter. I will avenge my daughter. You are dangerous. You're too dangerous to be left alive. Guards, kill him, says the king. Naofumi chuckled. A pain-filled scream filled the room. Everybody alive looked in horror as they saw blood-coated Naofumi and dead bodies behind him. They witnessed a cruel demon torturing the brave knights. Motoyasu, Itsuki and Ren and a few others that survived were sick. They vomited at seeing the display. Any more foolish idiots that wish to attack me? Says Naofumi. Oh, so no answer then. I guess you all know your place now. Naofumi says as he floats upward, creating a death ball. Well then, I guess it's time to punish you all for lying and waking me up, the great lord of the universe. Naofumi says. Wait, Lord Shield Hero, stop, says a woman appearing out of nowhere. Naofumi sensed the aura. She didn't have hate like the rest of them. He dispersed the attack coming down. He was curious to see what she wanted. After all, this whole world was a game to him. What is it? Why have you interrupted my judgment? Says Naofumi. My lord, I have an order from the queen, the true ruler of the country, says the shadow. Oh really? Proceed, Naofumi says, feeling quite entertained seeing Outcry's face get a sour look with fear on it. King Outcry, I have been asked to observe the Shield Hero by Her Majesty. I saw none of the events that mine describe happen, so therefore she is lying. And as stated by the royal decree, she will be punished by Lord Naofumi, says the shadow. Nonsense, my daughter must have made a mistake. There's no need to punish her, says the king. Oh, there's absolutely a need to punish her. Your dumb, stupid bitch of a daughter needs to learn her lesson. So Shadow, can I decide the punishment? Isn't that right? Naofumi says. There's no need for punishment. I shall punish her myself, the king says, as he and everybody fell to their knees. Naofumi started releasing his ki pressure. Outcry, you hairless ape. I said I will punish her myself. Now, then, how about she lives her life like how a demi-human has to live their life in this country, enslaved? Well, I think it's only fitting that a demi-human hater be treated like a demi-human to see how she treats others. I shall become a master, and she shall be a slave, says Naofumi, removing the pressure. Absolutely not. That is my daughter you are speaking about, the king says, waving his arm in rage, like a monkey, when a death beam pierces his joint, bringing him to his knees. Naofumi starts piercing more and more of his joints, making him in the same position as Taguma was. Naofumi grabbed him and threw him. Do it, Naofumi says, as the shadow did the ritual. Or mine. She is now your slave, Lord Naofumi, says the shadow. pain, Naofumi says as Mine starts to screech out in pain. Naofumi laughed. Naofumi, you bastard. She made a mistake. Forgive her. There's no need to go this extreme, Motoyasu says, before Naofumi glared at him, making him bite his tongue. Never speak to me as if we're an equal, you disgrace. Now then, now that that's over, slave, come on, we shall now head out. Don't forget you are nobody now. You have no title, no money, no home. Your life is only to serve me, your master, Naofumi says, as Mine was about to say something but she started to scream. But guys, that's all for today. Peace.